All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something called the Pathfinder curriculum. Now, you might have heard of it as a global youth program, but what you'll find is it's less of a club and way more of a detailed, structured framework for development. So let's just dive right in, because you hear Pathfinders, you probably think camping, knots, that kind of stuff, right? But once you look past all that, you find there's a really comprehensive educational philosophy at work here. We're about to break down the structure, the core ideas, and just the incredible variety of skills that make this program what it is. So the first big thing you gotta get is that Pathfinders isn't just an after-school club for outdoor fans. No, it's a multi-year curriculum, and it's been meticulously designed for what you'd call holistic growth. At its absolute core, this is an educational journey. Think of it like a main path that every single person follows. But along the way, the curriculum opens up this huge world of opportunities for them to specialize, letting them chase the skills that really get them excited. So what does that journey actually look like? Well, the foundation of the whole program is this really clear, step-by-step path. It spans 6 years of a young person's life, taking them all the way from middle school through high school. So check this out. It all kicks off in 5th grade, where a participant is called a friend. From there, every single year, they level up, becoming a companion, an explorer, a ranger, and so on, all the way to 10th grade, where they finish as a guide. It's literally a roadmap for their entire middle and high school experience. And look, this isn't about just doing the same old things over and over. Each level is intentionally built on what came before. The challenges get more complex, for sure, but the real shift, and this is super important, is that the focus moves from being a learner to becoming a leader and eventually a teacher. Okay, so why are they doing all this stuff? What's the big idea behind it all? It's not random, I'll tell you that. Everything, and I mean everything, ties back to 3 core pillars of development that are woven through every single level of the curriculum. Let's take pillar number 1, personal and spiritual growth. This is a perfect example. A 5th grade friend starts by simply memorizing the pledge and law. Simple enough, right? But fast forward a couple of years, and as an explorer, they have to creatively illustrate its meaning. You see that? It goes from just memorizing to true personal interpretation. And you see the exact same pattern with pillar 2, community and service. A friend starts out with a simple goal, do 4 hours of service. But by the time you're a 9th grade Voyager, you're not just participating anymore. You have to complete an honor all about identifying community needs. It's a huge leap from just showing up to analytically understanding community issues. And finally, the 3rd pillar, practical and outdoor skills, really shows you the ultimate goal. A 5th grader learns 10 basic knots. Cool. But a 10th grade guide? They're expected to have such a mastery of the skill that they can actually teach knot tying to younger members. This just captures the program's capstone goal perfectly, turning the student into the teacher. Now, beyond that core journey we just talked about, Pathfinders can also follow their own passions through a system of electives. They're called honors. And the scale of this system is, well, it's pretty astonishing. That's right, over 400. The curriculum has more than 400 unique honors, and they work just like elective courses in school. And they cover an absolutely incredible range of subjects, letting kids get really deep into what interests them. And these hundreds of specializations are all organized into these key areas. You've got everything you might expect, like nature and health, but there are also deep dives into arts and crafts, household arts, and even really practical vocational skills. But what's really remarkable is that this isn't a static list. The whole system is alive. It's designed to evolve, building this bridge from the program's origins almost a century ago, straight to the skills that are needed today. So if you rewind to the early days, the honors from the 1920s were all about the essential skills of that era. I mean, things we might take for granted now, automobile mechanics, agriculture, even typewriting. These were cutting-edge vocational skills for a young person to learn back then. Okay, now fast forward to today. The list looks a little different, huh? The honors now include things like artificial intelligence, social media, robotics, and as recently as 2023, drones. It shows the system is designed to stay relevant and equip young people with skills for the world they're actually living in. And that quote right there just nails the whole philosophy. It's this dual focus, holding on to timeless skills like first aid and camping, while also embracing timely ones like coding and robotics. That balance is what really defines the whole thing. So let's put all the pieces together. When you look at the whole thing, what are the key takeaways from the Pathfinder curriculum? It really boils down to these four elements. You've got that structured 6-year journey. It's built on a foundation of 3 pillars for well-rounded growth. There's that massive system of over 400 specialized skills. And it's designed to adapt to the times, from blacksmithing all the way to artificial intelligence. It's a really powerful combination.
And that kind of leaves us with one big question to chew on, right? In a world that is becoming more and more digital every single day, what is the real value of a curriculum that still puts such a strong emphasis on hands-on, real-world skills and direct community service? Definitely something to think about.